Ready? I'm Ted Wafflert, and I'm the owner of Dr. Ted's Musical Marvels. I've had this attraction now for 30 years. Just do it like that with Glenn Miller Medley. It all started about the third year of my medical school. One weekend in an antique shop, I found a pump organ. And I thought, oh, that'd be fun to restore. You know, look, had lots of carvings and things on it. I had to go through a card catalog looking up organs, pump organs, things like that. I finally ran across the term reed organ, and there was a book on that, and I've realized that's what I'd purchased was a reed organ. I had my book to restore the reed organ, but also in that book there were several chapters about other instruments like player pianos, Nickelodeons, merry-go-round organs. And I thought, well, I didn't even know people collected these or worked on them, but that kind of got me going. When I was a kid, let's just say 13, as I recall, one of the times I went to the amusement park. I mean, most of my friends, they're there amusement park, you know, ride the roller coaster and some of the other thrill rides. That's the big deal. I love that merry-go-round and I love that music. Now, none of my friends cared a bit about it. You know, nobody ever wanted to ride the merry-go-round. That's a sissy ride. I did, and at least I wanted to hear the organ. So I was all the time when we were walking through the park trying to steer us by the merry-go-round. So at least I could listen to it while we walked by. But I just love that kind of music. It got in my blood at an early age. Well, okay, it started, like I say, that summer after my third year of medical school, which was 1973. Started with the pump organ, and then it's just built from there. 73, I got the pump organ. A year later, maybe the player piano. About a year after that, I got an instrument from Germany that would have been used in taverns. Everything's not restored. I'm working on some of them still. In medicine, we have a saying, first do no harm. Well, I feel that way about these instruments. I've seen a lot of people get them and mess around with them, try to make them better than what they were originally, and really just not keep the original instrument. So I've tried to keep everything as original as I can. I feel like just the attendant, the keeper of the instruments, I guess that's the word one of my friends used once. And because of that, I feel like it's my duty to share them. I just feel that way, that I need to have somehow or another a collection and open it to the public. Oh, are you ready? One goal that I had was to have instruments that would reflect all the various types of mechanical music of the time, from the age of mechanical music. The main thing I hope is that they leave happier. And when they're laughing and clapping, and I just feel good about that. Okay. Most people really seem to perk up. Kids do. We have schools that school kids come in, and people from the nursing home. Everybody just seems to smile and enjoy it, and that's what I get out of it. And I told Mary Kay, my wife, that as long as we're getting good reactions like that, we'll keep going with it. If it gets to the point where people don't seem to enjoy it anymore, then we'll probably just close it down.